What's up, y'all? Josh here today, aka the world's greatest dad. This bad boy right here is the YaberAuto AP01 9-in-1 Jump Starter and air compressor. And today we're going to unbox this bad boy, take a detailed close look at it, fully test out all the functions, and see if it might be something you need to pick up as well. So with that being said, let's get it. So let's go ahead and start from the beginning. When you pick this up, it's going to show up in a box just like this. Let's get her opened up, see what we're working with. Now, besides this pretty sweet hard shell travel and carrying case, here's everything that's going to come with this package. 3 different instruction booklets, about a 14-inch air hose with 4 different air up attachments, the YaberAuto AP01 unit itself, USB-A to USB-C cord, a DC outlet, and our jumper cables. So let's take a little closer look at our quick start guide and instruction manual. Starting here with a product overview showing you what every button does for every feature. And we go into how to inflate car tires, how to start your car, including the different error messages that you might run into, how to use the unit as a charging device, and how to use the flashlight option. Now the unit itself is going to be fairly compact, measuring out to just about 8 inches long by about 4.5 inches wide with the handle and 2 inches thick. And when we throw this thing on the scale, it's going to weigh in at just over 2 pounds. Let's go ahead and take a little closer look at the unit itself. Right here on the top, we're going to have our flashlight option. Big old 3.3 inch display with all our buttons right here on the top with the YaberAuto branding. Over on this side, you got this nice little carry handle. And then on the bottom, we're going to have where we attach our inflation line. And we open this up with this nice little rubber gasket cover. And there we have our DC input, our 2 USB-A outputs for charging, our USB-C input for charging the unit itself, and where we attach our jumper cables. Now, several buttons here to manipulate mostly our air gauge and also our flashlight. You'll see you got your power button over on this side. Go ahead and hold that down. Right out of this box, this thing is charged at 85%, showing you there, as well as a little battery indicator on that side. We go over to this side, we've got our flashlight function. We go ahead and hold that down. That's going to be our main flashlight. Push it again, we've got our strobe. We go to our red strobe, and we go to our SOS. Push it one more time, and we're back to our regular flashlight. When we want to shut it off, go ahead and do a long hold here, and it shuts itself off. Now for our tire inflation, we'll go ahead and hit the button on the middle. You'll see we have different measurement units over here. So it's in kPa. We can go ahead and hit the unit button on this side with the little circle. That's going to change it to PSI, bar, back to kPa. We also have this mode button over here. And with that, it's got some preset modes, including a motorcycle, a bicycle, a sports ball, an auto function for you to set it yourself, or a car tire at 36. Now if we take this mode over to our auto function, we can either move that up on this side with the plus, so we could set it for any PSI that we wanted, or we can move it down here. And once we're ready to go, we'll simply do a long hold on our inflation. And the unit starts pushing out air. So first, let's go ahead and test out using this thing as a power source. Again, they do provide you with the DC port that you could use, or the 2 USB-As. We're going to use the 2 USB-As today. Now once you have your devices plugged in, go ahead and hold down the power button, and you should see your units start to charge. Now these both are up to 18 watt outputs, so they are a fairly high charge rate as well. Now in the instructions, it says that the USB-C port here is only for input charging, meaning charging the unit. Let's go ahead and test it out and see if you do get any output here. Power that up. And yes, correct, no charging power here. So the only thing you can outbound charge is using the USB-A ports or the DC, not the USB-C. That's only for charging the unit. Now let's go ahead and get this thing powered up. Again, out of the box, it was at 85%. The charge cord that they do provide you with, not too long, probably about 16 inches. And again, it's USB-C to USB-A. Once you plug that in, you will see here, it shows you input, meaning it's charging, and then it'll show you right there kind of what your progress is. 84% right now. Let's let it charge up for a little bit. It took us about 40 minutes to go from 84 to 100%. Of course, that's going to be affected by how fast your charging port is that you're charging it with as well. Anyway, let's get this thing outside, test it out. And our lovely test subject today is going to be our 2010 Chrysler Town & Country. This thing's been sitting all winter, hasn't been started in months with a dead battery. It's also got a couple of extremely low tires. So to get this thing set up to air up our tire, we're going to go ahead and connect our air compressor line here. Now we'll go ahead and attach this to our nozzle here. Now that is going to be the unlock position there. That will be the lock once we get it on. Now this is a 9-in-1, so it's also an air pressure gauge. So if we go ahead and hit the power here and then touch our little air compressor, one touch right there, it's going to show us this tire is currently at 9 psi. Now again, we're starting at 100% here, so after airing up these tires plus jumping this, we'll see how much juice this thing has left. Now this is a car tire, so we're going to go ahead and use our mode over here, and we are going to get this thing set to car, which we wanted at 36 psi. Let's go ahead and power this up with a long hold on the air compressor, see how long it takes. All right, so we were just about 7 minutes in and we got this E3 error that popped up right here. Now, if we take a look at our user manual, the E3 is going to mean that we have high temperature protection for inflating, and we're gonna wanna take a 10-minute break before resuming this. Now, we're dang close to getting to a 36 PSI, but I'll be honest with you, it's one of the hottest days of the year right now in Idaho. Actually have temperatures of up to 100 degrees. So we're gonna go ahead and unplug this, give it 10 minutes, finish it up. All right, so we gave this thing 10 minutes to cool down. Let's see when we power it up now, no issues with overheating. So let's go ahead and plug it back in and cap this tire off. And there we go, 36 PSI, right at 9 minutes. After taking our one tire from 9 PSI all the way up to 36 PSI, we're showing 90%. So we use 10% of the battery to do that. We got one more low tire right here. Let's go ahead and hook up to it. 24.5, so we've got about 11.5 to charge up here. Go ahead and do it. And there we go, 36 PSI. All right, so we've inflated our two tires, one from 9 PSI all the way up to 36 PSI, the other one from 24.5 PSI up to 36 PSI. Let's go ahead and take off our cord here, hit the power, and it's showing we're right at 80% right now. Now it's time to test out the jumper function on this. Again, this thing hasn't been started most of the winter. Let's go ahead and put the key in. As you can see, there's a little bit, but we're getting some clicking right there. Just not turning over. Let's test it out. And one thing I want to point out is it has the instructions right here on the back of the cables. It's going to tell you exactly how to connect this and what the different lights mean as well. Now, another thing they've got on this is the force start button. So basically, if we plug this thing in, we aren't able to start it. We're going to want to take it off, try it again. We do it again, it still won't start. Then we're going to go ahead and use this force start option for a really dead battery. Let's go ahead and try it regular, see if it fires it up. So we'll go ahead and get this connected here first. Now, after we connect this, you'll see before it's connected, this is just going to kind of alternate. Now, once we put it on the battery, three things could happen. It's either going to turn green, which means we're good to go. It's going to alternate flash. And what that's going to mean is that you might have to try the force start option. There's not just quite enough juice. Or if it's a straight red, that's a warning mechanism letting you know that either you don't have a solid connection or you put these on backwards, which you never want to do. Let's go ahead and pop it on here. Red to plus, black to negative. And once we do that, you'll see here we've got the solid green. Let's go ahead and try to start this thing up. We're back in business, baby. Let's go ahead and hit our power and see where we're at after jumping it. Still at 80%, not bad for 2 tires and a jump start. Now, a couple other commonly asked questions about this is, number one, how big of a battery will this jump? Meaning, we jumped today, you know, a small minivan, but will this work on V8s or diesel engines? The answer is yes. This has a 5500 amp current, so you should be able to jump pretty much any vehicle battery out there. Another question is how long will the battery actually stay charged where you can use it? Again, today we started at 100%. By the time we're all done with our tires and our jump, we're at 80%. Now, the company advertises up to a 24 months where it will actually hold a charge. Me personally, I don't want to be in an emergency situation and rely on that. I would check this thing every 3 to 6 months, just give it a little top off, and that way if you get in a situation, you know you're going to be good to go. Now, the third thing that people want to know is what kind of warranty comes with this, and the company actually stands behind this with a 2-year warranty. So if you got any issues, hit them up and they'll help you out. So there you go. That's pretty much everything you need to know about the YaberAuto AP01. So to close this video out, here's my 3 takeaways. Number 1, I appreciate how versatile this thing is. I mean, it has a lot of different functions, everything from airing up tires, jump starting your car, using it as an emergency flashlight, or as a power bank. This thing packs a lot of punch in a pretty small device. Now, number 2, I appreciate the fact that this thing is so compact and it comes with this nice hard shell carrying case as well. And number 3, I was excited to test this thing out in an actual extreme weather condition. Again, today we're topping 98, 100 degrees here in Idaho. Had a chance to actually get an error message on this thing because we overheated it, but we let it sit for 10 minutes, cool down, put it back on there, aired up our tires, jumped our car, and went about our business. And it's for those reasons and more, I'm going to go ahead and give this bad boy a World's Greatest Dad thumbs up, and I say, go ahead and get you one. Hey, one more thing before you go. I want to let you know that the YaberAuto company behind this jump charger and air compressor is a big fan of the World's Greatest Dad's in-depth and informational videos. Therefore, about a month ago, they reached out to me and asked me if they could send me this product for video review purposes. Now, with that being said, all the thoughts and opinions expressed in this video were mine, and I always do my best to accurately describe any product I review. Now, I hope this video helped you out. We'll see you next time.